Hello, everyone. It is Antoinetta McKay from I Follow the Leader LLC, and I wanted to let you know that I am an equal pay advocate and upholder. So many of you may not know that yesterday, August 22nd, was Black Women's Equal Pay Day. All right, so I am a Black woman. And what does that mean for me on average as it relates to pay? Well, August 22nd stands for the amount of days it takes for a Black woman in a calendar year to make as much as a white male. So many of you may remember that Equal Pay Day for women was in April. And so that's the average amount for a woman, but for a Black woman, it is less. So I have my computer right here. I want to read you a few things from Lean In Organization's information about the day yesterday. So on average, Black women in the U.S. are paid 39% less than white men and 21% less than white women. Okay, and 1 in 3 Americans are not aware of the pay gap that Black women encounter. And 53% are not aware that there's a difference between the pay that a white female and a Black woman makes, okay? So something very interesting is the gap doesn't get better when you have more education. It actually gets worse. And it starts early from age 16. So something very interesting, I really like this quote, was, while many Americans don't realize the pay gap for Black women exists, Black women and their families certainly feel the effects. So Lean In is doing a lot as far as the pay gap, and also the Gates Foundation and Melinda Gates, they're also trying to bring a lot of awareness to this issue. I really like this quote that I read recently, and it was saying one thing that as a woman in general, but especially Black women need to do when they negotiate. Even if you're giving someone a deal, you need to make them aware of what your actual cost is. So you may be doing volunteer services or speaking and giving a friend, family member, colleague a discount. And it's important that you still make your real dollar value very clear. So by doing this, you're helping to set a market expectation for the value of your work, and you're setting the expectation for other Black women as well. All right, so what can we do about this? We just talked about earlier, a lot of people don't even know that there is this major gap, and then it takes Black women 8 months longer to have equal pay. Okay, so this is just from me, from I Follow the Leader, and from Antoinetta as a person. I have done a lot in the last year and year and a half as it relates to the gender pay gap. So I have had a lot of one-on-one conversations and consultations with women in the workplace. It is sometimes shocking to me when I talk to women who are well educated and doing amazing on their job, what they are making. It is really shocking. And so I definitely recommend we have to do something about this. So 1, share more. We have to share with each other. A lot of research shows that men share their salaries, their bonus amounts with each other because they want to make sure they are getting paid equally. As women, a lot of times we're scared to do this, and we cannot be scared to do this. You have to find allies in the workplace who you can be honest with about what they're making. Okay, and if you're in a place such as a public university or a government entity where you can look up salaries, do that research, okay? Negotiate more. We have to negotiate more. You are never going to get what you're worth if you don't negotiate. So there's a huge problem about being paid equally and your workplace valuing your work and being willing to offer. But if you don't ask for it, you don't know if they are being discriminatory against you because you haven't asked. So it's so important that we negotiate more. I've been helping a lot of women this year with negotiation, and it is scary and it's not easy, but I have really worked on it. I've done a lot of research on it. I've read books on it, I've taken classes on negotiation, and I can personally say that it has changed who I am in the workforce, and it's also changed who I am outside of the workforce. So for an example, when I'm going to the car dealership, just even to get an oil change or get simple repairs done, I can now negotiate better. 3, have the courage to walk away. And this obviously is the hardest one, but you have to know your worth, do the research, and not be willing to take less. So just like the quote I said, it's going to help women and Black women as a whole. I personally, why I say I'm an equal pay advocate and upholder, is because I advocate by sharing my voice, sharing my stories, but I also have to be an upholder. So when I've been a supervisor, I have advocated for pay increases for people who were doing the work. So I have to do it for others, but also myself. So if I'm willing to take less, I'm not being an upholder of equal pay. And that's a different lens to look at things, that even for you, you cannot take less if you're really advocating for equal pay. As a woman and as a Black woman, I feel that it is my duty to really uphold this. And so I strive to do it in every part of my life. And I really challenge you, whether you're a Black woman or not, you can be a white male. So you can be an advocate, but are you also an upholder? Are you willing to pay everyone what they are worth? Thank you for listening, and I am here if you need advice, coaching, or want to learn more about this issue and how you can help yourself or how you can help others in your workforce as a whole. So thank you, and let's all be advocates and upholders of equal pay.